Okay, numbers are turning, so film's burning. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm having problems sleeping. After incidents of today here, I'm really having problems sleeping. I'm scared to go to sleep. This place has totally lost what trust I had in it. I begged and I pleaded through a childish temper tantrum and left St. Francis Hospital because I don't like that place and wanted to come to Good Samaritan in Puyallup because this is the place to go if you've had a stroke. But evidently I'm not good enough to be in their fucking hospital. And what trust I had in this place, they fucked off. I'm scared to go to sleep. They might kill me in my sleep. If I can't trust you to perform a simple task, as in feeding me on time on a consistent basis, how in the hell can I trust you not to kill me in my sleep? Evidently, how I live on the outside world in my trailer in the woods is not acceptable to these people. I mean, I was quite proud of the fact that after the first stroke and the heart attack, and not being able to do much like I used to do, I was able to have my 29-foot trailer. Well, excuse the fuck out of me for not having a house in the motherfucking suburbs with a white picket fence and a yard and electricity and running water on demand. So it is a 40-something-year-old travel trailer. I mean, I finally had a window again. A window. I worked hard on getting a window again. I know you're wondering, what's he talking about window? Well, things were so bad for a while there that I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. And now I got a window again. But evidently that isn't good enough for people that have not lost every fucking thing in their life. But, fuck them. They don't want me in their treatment program they're going to send me elsewhere. And so why in the fuck did I put up such a fuss to come here? Now I know they don't want me here because my old indigent, no money having house isn't good enough for these people. My insurance isn't good enough for them. I have the basic state Medicaid. I have to wait till 6 months before I turn 65 for my Medicare to kick in, which is the 21st of this month. The state Medicaid, the Apple healthcare thing, that was acceptable enough when they cut me open to do the colon thing. But evidently it isn't good enough for these. Holier than thou, their shit don't stink. Well, excuse me for not driving a motherfucking Mercedes and living in a $500,000 house. I was proud of myself that I worked my way up from the 8-foot camper to the 16-foot trailer, and then from the 16-foot trailer up to the 29-foot trailer with no resources to work with at all. I was proud of myself that I finally had a place I could have a television in. One of the fancy new flat screens. Where I've got a whole cupboard devoted to toilet paper and a toilet to use it with. That I have a bathroom again. Instead of, if I have guests and company, if they need to use the bathroom, telling them it's out under the cottonwood tree right there. I mean, Rhonda could come up, and if she had to use the toilet, there was a toilet instead of crapping in a plastic bag and throwing it out in the woods. I mean, I was almost living like a real person again. But evidently that isn't good enough. They want to send me to some rehab place in Tacoma. And the only rehab I know about in Tacoma is drug rehabs. 'Cause Cheryl Lynn hit them all. And you put me in one of them places with some dopers, we're gonna box. But like I said, if I can't trust them to feed me on time, and some dumb motherfucker keeps moving my plastic urinal over to the sink, okay, and leaving it sit there, not dumping it out, just leaving it sit there. If I have it here within my reach, I will actually attempt to use it instead of pissing in this adult diaper and making a mess out of the bed and getting all the bedding and mattress and sheets and blankets wet. So, you know, keep having them tell me I need to go to sleep. And why? I don't have anything planned for the day where I have to be awake. No point. They don't think I can do the 30 minutes a day therapy, is one of the things I was told. I'm stretching and exercising and moving the whole time I'm laying here. And it's like, I'm kind of restless. I want to get better so I can get the fuck out of here. I have things I want to do on the outside. I have been treated better in prison and hospitals. I'm still pissed off at the EMT that told St. Francis they picked me up off the street and he thought I was on drugs and it wasn't a stroke. One of my goals is to get well enough to confront this gentleman and throat punch him. I was in my home, sitting on my couch in front of my flat screen TV. He had to open my front door to gain access to me, immobilized, laying on my couch. He threw a tarp on my living room floor, verbally abused me about not being able to move while I was laying on the couch, expressing his opinion he thought I was doing drugs, then dragged me out of my front door on that tarp, out my front door, down my metal stairs, out into the mud, dragged me through a mud puddle because he was scared to get a run in his mantyhose and get his shoes dirty to bring their aid car up, dumped me in the back of Cassie's SUV, dragged me from the passenger side to the driver's side on the back seat to the tarp, and slammed my left ankle in the door trying to close the door. When normally I'm put on a gurney, put in the back of the aid car, they take my vitals, then take me to the hospital. The EMTs didn't take me to the hospital. It was John and Cassie's little Hyundai Santa Fe that took me to the hospital. And how many homeless people have a living room to throw a tarp down on the floor of, have a couch that they're sitting on in front of their flat screen television, have a front door that has to be opened for the dumb son of a bitch to come open the front door, have front stairs and a patio to drag you out on, and have a yard Okay, maybe some homeless people might have a yard around their tent or their cardboard box. But, if they don't like it, fuck 'em. I'm sorry, I don't live up to their standards. I'm sorry, but the 29-foot 1988 trailer is the best I can do. It's not in bad shape. Makes me glad I wasn't down in the bedroom watching television when it happened. It would have dragged me down my hallway. And yeah, it's gonna stink in there a little bit. Before I had the stroke, I was sick for about a week and couldn't get up and do anything. So yeah, the place is gonna smell like cat box. I got 6 motherfucking cats. I mean, come on now. If I can't get up and tend to the cat box daily, it's gonna stink. It makes me wish I still had Ruby instead of the cats. Because for verbally abusing me, Ruby would have ripped this guy's face off. She was an overprotective baby girl. So I'm gonna lay here for a minute at 2 o'clock in the morning and bitch about shit. Hell, I can't get them to give me a cup of coffee. I don't need coffee, I need to sleep. I'm laying here working my ankle. And working my hand, which is more important to me than sleeping. Well, at least they haven't come by this last half hour and got on me about watching television.